Hello friends, it's Pastor Jim here. I'm here at Rockbrook United Methodist Church where we are going to reopen Sunday morning for in-person worship. Our worship service will start at 9 o'clock in the morning, not our regular time, but it will give us the ability to worship in person and still be able to get a video created that we can send out and have that available sometime later in the morning, by 11 o'clock we're hoping, on Facebook and then onto YouTube as well. So this is just a quick video to let you know what things are going to look like, because things won't be exactly the same as they were a year ago February. So this will just be a heads up for you, so it's not totally strange to you on Sunday morning when you show up. Sunday, the weather forecast looks like more rain. So, but hopefully not horribly cold or windy. And if that's the case, if the temperature is decent and the wind is not howling, we plan to have the doors propped open for you so that you can find your way in easily, come running in out of the rain. I'm coming in from the northwest entrance, the library entrance, and well, the library hasn't changed a whole lot. So this is something that you're pretty used to. Of course, our front entrance, our office entrance will also be open, and you'll make your way through here, and we come into the narthex. And there are some changes in here that you'll need to know about. Not sure about the children's bags that we have in worship. So for the time being, we're just not going to have them yet. There are lots of things that we can add later, but it's easier to add things later than to subtract them. So those won't be available for your kids. So if you have small children, you might want to think about something for them to be able to do. The parlor will be open. We're not going to police people gathering and visiting. You all know what you need to do. You need to know, you know if you are vaccinated or not. You know how you are. Just be mindful of how other people are, and we don't maybe all feel the same way about handshakes and hugs and visiting and things like that. So just be mindful of other people, and that, you know, everybody's in a different place as far as what they feel that they are safe in doing. A couple other things that will be out here: prayer requests. We are not going to collect prayer requests during the service. So we have the prayer request box, which has always been out here in the narthex. We have request forms above. We have some pens in with the request forms, and so just simply deposit them in the slot as you see fit. And either Mark Hines from our prayer team or I will collect these, and we will pass them on as appropriate to each other, to our prayer ministry team, unless of course you choose an option such as for the pastor only. This is also a great way to write a note to me if you want to. Just check for the pastor only, write your note and throw it in the prayer box, and I will be the one who picks this up and sees it. Another thing that will be different, we will not be passing an offering plate during worship. So we have two of these pledge/donation boxes. They will be in the narthex as well. They're labeled. There's a slot on top. Next to them you will find some of our offering envelopes. And if you've been anywhere, you are kind of used to the drill of the baskets of clean pens and dirty pens. So those are all available for you. Also, of course, hand sanitizer will be in many locations throughout the church. Let's move into the sanctuary. First of all, there are a couple of people here who have tasks to do, which makes them kind of be stuck in one place, if you will. One of them, as you first walk in, will be the person who is running the sound and video board. So please be aware that this person can't get up and move. This person is not free to social distance him or herself. So depending on who it is. Just be mindful of that. The other thing regarding video is that we will not be handing out bulletins. Your bulletins, items will come up on the screen. We've seen this as a worship team, as a chance here at Rockbrook to really go green and stop printing some of the volumes of paper that we have been printing for things like bulletins. So we're going to give this a try. There won't be ushers handing bulletins out to you as you walk in. What the ushers will be doing is more like a guide to help you find a seat somewhere here in the sanctuary. Now, with the size of our sanctuary, with current CDC guidelines, we have room easily for more than 100 people to be in here and be social distanced. The way that we've done that, if we look over here at the pews, is you can see that not all of these slots in the pews have hymnals in them. As a matter of fact, one row will have 2 sets of hymnals on either end. The next row will have only one in the middle. So the key to social distancing for us will be sit where there's a hymnal, and then you will be properly social distanced from the other people who are around you. We've measured this out. It's a good measure. So if we go, 2 families in one pew, one in the next, other than families which are extraordinarily large, and we'll have to make some adjustments for that. But if we do it this way, then people will be social distanced enough that we'll be able to all be safe, but still be able to see one another. And, give a hand, not a handshake, but, give a wave. Let people know that you're here, be able to see other people. The whole sanctuary is set up like that. So very simple. Sit behind a hymnal. As we move forward, you will also see one other person who will not be able to socially distance himself, and that will be our camera operator. Mark Hines has been our camera operator for months now, and he has done a great job. And you could see when Mark joined us, there's a definite uptick in the quality of the video from that point forward. Mark is here in this front pew, and you'll find a section roped off for Mark. First of all, so that he can be distanced properly, but second, the microphone is on top of the camera. So also we're giving a little bit of distance here so that any extraneous conversations, your side conversations or coughing or anything that the rest of us do won't be picked up by the microphone and enshrined on the internet forever. So that's one of the reasons then that we have left extra room for Mark here, not only for Mark, but for the camera and for the microphone. Keep in mind also, it's gonna change sight lines a little bit. He may be in the way from time to time, depending on where you sit, but he has a job to do. So we will let him do it as best he's able. Worship team, of course, will be up front. Expanded worship team, more volunteers, more liturgists will be coming in, and more, I'm sure, will be comfortable as they are able. We have socially distanced our chairs and where we sit up here. The choir, of course, is going into its off season, so they won't be here for the summer, but other people will be doing special music. If you would like to volunteer to be a liturgist or a worship leader, or an usher / guide, give Nancy Phillips a call. Reverend Phillips is coordinating all of that. Most of the time we're thinking if people enter up the center and then exit out the side, that will probably be best and create the best traffic flow for all of us. And again, how people feel about what the proper distance is for them is an individual choice, whether or not they're vaccinated, whether or not their children are vaccinated. And that's one of the reasons that we are going to sing, but we are going to require masks. Not everyone has the ability to be vaccinated at this time, especially among those are our younger youth and our children. Don't yet have access to the vaccine. So we want to make sure we're protecting everybody. There's not still a ton of information about when it is and is not safe to sing. So we're going to do our best to make it safe, realizing that we can change later. So it'll be pretty simple as we start out, knowing that we can add things later, knowing that we can change things later, knowing that hopefully as progress continues to be made with more people being vaccinated, with better ideas about what the rules should be, that we will be able to change some other things. Among those things, of course, you've already probably noticed, no treats yet, but we all relish the day when we can have our fellowship time again. But at the moment, not quite yet. Just one quick note, restrooms will be open, but keep in mind that we don't have the ability to clean them up after every person goes in and out of the restrooms. So, just be mindful, try and leave it as you found it, or maybe better than you found it, and it can be clean and ready for everyone. I'm really looking forward to Sunday and seeing more of you. A few of you have been present here for all kinds of things, but really, we have been looking forward to this day for 15 months. And I hope that we will have a wonderful and blessed time, the start of many more wonderful, blessed in-person experiences to come as we begin to, again, gather in person here in worship and in other activities and places throughout our church. God bless you. See you Sunday.